All right, what's up, team? Hey, if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. This is going to be my views, thoughts, and a few opinions on the Hubapalooza that's coming to town next weekend. Last night we got a special present and they dropped the courses right down here. And anyway, I'm going to give you a little bit of a Spokane natives insight into these four trails. Now, there's going to be a lot going on that day, and so if I can help you be a little bit more successful on your race day, that's kind of what I'm going for. So I'm going to go through each one of these trails, things you might want to think about as you approach them, and things to kind of look out for, as well as if you're coming from out of town, places to stage maybe some food, maybe to expect some water. Okay, so I went ahead and made a Trail Forks route that is the course as I believe it's going to be. I don't know this for certain, and I would absolutely recommend that you keep up to date on the Hubapalooza page or the All Gravity series, just in the event that they do release that Trail Forks map, so that when you come into town, you're the most prepared. You know exactly where you're going and what you're going to do. Just a quick little overview. One, Trail Forks is terrible for planning a route. This thing took me forever to make, and so if I can send this to you, maybe give you an idea, whatever, I'll do what I can. Um, I'll link my pink bike or my Trail Forks account in the description, and then hopefully this will be posted. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so stage one, over here, we got Wiggler down to Yard Sale. Stage two, Master Blaster, Canyon Blaster, Scared Cat. Stage three, Pop Rocks, Penny Lane, Hot Gates, Bev's Highway. This is a new trail. And then we've got stage four, Deep Thought into Zipper. So coming over here, stage one, you're going to start out right at the very top. And so likely is what's going to happen is you're going to be in the Spokane parking lot, and you've got about a 20 to 25-minute climb to get over here to the to get to, wait, where's my mouse? To get up to this point, and these are what we call the towers, or the Ezzy side. Now from there, you're, according to this, going to be split up into your various categories, and so likely they'll have expert pros going in certain stages, and then they'll have sport beginners going at others. Stage one, this Wiggler to Yard Sale. This is going to be I'm not certain where they're going to start, if they're going to start by the actual towers themselves, or it looks like on this right here, it looks like honestly they start kind of down in the rock quarry area. So pay attention to that start gate. Is what this little distance here, there's a little bit of downhill that's pretty popular, and there's a big rock quarry area here. And so there's going to be a lot of area here to hang out. There's going to be shade, places to sit, that sort of thing. And now, once you get into Wiggler, Wiggler is a traverse trail, and you're going to be doing a lot of pedaling. And so once you do, you're going to be pedaling up and down. There's actually quite, this does not quite capture how much undulating terrain there is as you're going across Wiggler. It's going to be a pretty physical exertion. Once you drop into Yard Sale, this is going to be a nice flowy berm trail with some good rolling doubles. Now these doubles are well built, but they do require some commitment. And so with that being said, just be prepared when you come out. I would definitely look before you leap. I think every single one of these trails is a look before you leap. And I also think that this trail in particular is very good for you to use your dropper post. Keep that thing up, keep it active, and just keep on looking for opportunities to give your to sit on your butt a little bit and pedal hard that way. Now the other thing is that this is going to be quite the burner. There's going to be a lot of opportunities to really push hard on those pedals coming out of corners and whatnot. And so right about here, that's where you're really going to start burning. This is a kind of a flatter section, and there's some good tight S-turns that aren't quite shown in this little graphic here. And so what that means is that after you make these S-turns that are right in this area, you're really going to be gassed pushing through the trees at the bottom here. And so once you get here, the other thing to keep in mind is that in the event that the trail does not actually end right there, in the past they've actually gone down Esmeralda maybe a quarter to half mile where they stop in the parking lot, and that'll be that much longer where your legs and lungs are going to be just pushing it really hard. So keep that in mind and watch out for wherever they end there. But yeah, this will be a great trail, great stage one trail, nice and flowy, great way to get the lungs and the legs working. It's gonna be fantastic. This is a classic for a reason. The guys really did a great job working that over. Okay, so the next trail is Master Blaster, Canyon Blaster, and Scared Cat. That one has not got a course on it, but don't worry, folks. I mapped it out for you. Okay, so let's see here. Now we're done with yard sale. You're actually going to be able to climb, likely, you'll be able to climb right up the Esmeralda Trail. This is a really popular climbing trail. Nice high cadence, low gear. Just keep on churning, you'll get right to the top. Really easy to follow. Top, your next trail is going to be Master Blaster. This is going to be a nice, this is going to be a really flowy berm trail. There's a guy named Justin who's been hand building all these big berms that you're going to ride. So when you go practice this, just keep in mind that those huge, massive chunks of earth that are beautifully sculpted are all done by hand. A guy named Justin, I think his Instagram is Sir Pedal Bike. I'll try to leave a link in the description, but yeah, if you see the guy, thank him. I think he's going to be out there. Anyway, so that's going to be a huge section of berms, pushing it hard. It's going to go really fast. It's really smooth, very well done. Keep in mind that there is not berms on every single corner. So you're going to want to be keeping your eyes way far ahead, because there is a certain point in which those beautiful berms don't exist anymore. And now that you're going down there, this is going to then turn into a new trail called Canyon Blaster, which is the same guy. I think he's building the bottom half of that. And depending on what time of the day you're going to hit this at, it's going to either be new trail that's not really ridden in, or it's going to be extremely loose new trail, because this hasn't really had a whole lot of opportunity to get ridden in. Now that you're at the bottom of Canyon Blaster, that new trail, you're going to end up on Myth, and this is going to be where your fitness is going to come into play, because as soon as you get out of that, there's this big like G out kind of section, and then it's just a pedal all the way across this face here, just like that, to where it links in with Scared Cat. And even there, you don't have an opportunity to rest. You're going to be pedaling up and over rocks, pushing hard into that. I don't know where it's going to end, and it might be clear down to the parking lot. So once again, great trail that's going to blow your legs up, and then this section here is going to blow your lungs up, and then you're just going to be holding on for that end. So anyway, and then the next thing is that climb back again. So you're not going to want to cross over too much. And I'm guessing is what they're going to do is they're going to send us up the road. There's a road that kind of parallels Scared Cat and then links in with this Esmeralda side over here. So we're going to climb up Esmeralda again to stage 3. And once you get to stage 3, this is, I think that all of your fitness is going to be absolutely put to the test on stage 3. Stage 3 is Pop Rocks to Penny Lane to Hot Gates to Bev's Highway. So Pop Rocks is going to get your heart going. Penny Lane is going to absolutely destroy any momentum that you have. It's going to be very hard to keep up a high level of speed without a lot of power output. So real quick, let me go. So Pop Rocks right here, this is really going to get your heart rate going. And then there's a certain point which you take a sharp left and you get on a trail called Penny Lane. And that is a old, blown out, dusty trail which has a ton of little tiny features that just eat up your momentum. It's not an easy trail to keep your momentum on. So you're going to go down a few of these little switchbacks here, and then see this little crossover like this right there. That one right there is going to just absolutely destroy people. I really hope they do a good job taping this off and you don't get people cutting corners and whatnot, because I think this is going to be such an incredible test of your bike skill and fitness, because as soon as you get blown up with that huge amount of fitness, you have Hot Gates right here. So that's this black line right there. Okay, so Hot Gates is a steep technical chute that you get sent down, and so you're blown up at this point, and then they're going to send you down this technical chute and into this rock chunk, everything. Awesome spot for spectators, awesome line selection. totally hats off. I think this is probably the best course on the mountain right now. People are going to hate it, but whatever. I think it's a great biking selection. So you now have to show off your technical prowess with this little section here of hot gates. And then now, just like the last course on Master Blaster, now your fitness comes into play. And is what that means is that this little Bev's Highway, I rode it this morning, and just like Penny Lane, but way worse. There's just not a good way to maintain a high level of speed going through this. It's like a chunky XC trail. It is really tough to just keep pushing hard on this trail, and it's going to be a challenge. The other thing is, I think there's a lot of secret. The part I don't like about this is it looks like there's a lot of little secret lines. Like you really got to know where you're going. And so if I were to recommend anything, I would 100% recommend kind of sessioning this little section here. I don't know where they're going to end it at. I can't tell you if they're going to end it 100 yards into this. I can't tell you if they're going to end it clear down on Frederick. But if they end it on Frederick, I mean, eat your Wheaties that morning, because that is going to be a very hard last little section to finish out on. It's going to be pretty challenging. And by challenging, I mean like your lungs are going to be exploded. Your legs, I mean, this is where people just grenade themselves into corners, lose all momentum and everything. This little section right here is going to be tough. Huge fan. I think this is a great test of biking, and I really think this is a great trail. Okay, so the next one is, I'm assuming you're going to go down Frederick into Upriver, and then, thank you Trail Forks for doing a little finagle there. And then you're going to go into the Shields parking lot and climb up Airport Escalator. This is a tough climb, and so just be prepared that on a fresh day, this is 20-some minute climb. By this point, 3 stages in, I'd give yourself 25 to 30 minutes. If you're a pretty fit person, it's a haul. It really is. So you'll climb up this, and anyway, stage 4 is, it looks like it's just straight up deep thoughts. And why I say that is I come over here, whoops, it says deep thoughts to zipper, but I am not seeing any zipper action on here. You'll start at the top here, and then yeah, it just looks like it's just deep thoughts all the way down, which is unfortunate. I wish they'd throw some zipper in there. I really like putting the high skill, high consequence features in there, and then with a good ride around, just to really push people. I think it's a great idea. But yeah, this one looks like it's just deep thoughts. This is a kind of, I think the black is, I think it's a between a blue and a black personally. I think there's some features on there that if you hit them fast enough, they're a black. But if you just go slow, you can poke around. If I remember correctly, there's nothing that's not rollable on Deep Thoughts. Everything is entirely rollable. There's support behind everything, and it's a great trail. It's super fun. And so as you're going down this, there is going to be some punchy stuff like right here. And so for this being stage 4, this is going to be the most sustained technical trail. And you're going to have to really pay attention and stay on your A game the whole way down just to maintain a whole bunch of speed. So anyway, you're going to finish out, I'm assuming, right at the top of either Granite Trail, or possibly they might even have you send down and hit that step up, which would be an awesome finish. I've always thought putting the finish at the top of that rock by the step up, you'll see it if you go down this trail. I've always thought that would be like the coolest finish line, is like right at the entrance to that step up, so that you could either come in fast and hit the step up, great photo opportunity, or you could, peel off to the side real quick and not hit it. So anyway, that would be ideas. Anyway, that's going to dump you out at the Shield side parking lot, which I'm then guessing you're going to go back down to Frederick. You're then going to go upriver back to Spokane, where you likely started. Now, things to think about. If you've got multiple vehicles, you're going to be this over here. This is the Esmeralda side. You're going to be at least 2 stages that come down in this area, and then you're going to have at least 2 stages that come down in the Shields parking lot. If you've got two vehicles, great place to stage snacks, great place to stage water, maybe anything you might need. These will be two parking lots that you'll have immediate access to. Um, Ezzy over here does not have public bathrooms, however Shields does. So there's a golf course over here that I'm guessing, if a whole bunch of stinky mountain bikers go in there, they wouldn't be super stoked on that. And there is food here too. You can buy hot dogs, chips, sodas, everything like that, but that's probably not the best thing to do. Over here, it's just a parking lot with restrooms, fortunately. So this is where, depending on how they stage expert and beginner, and what stage I'll be starting on first, will depend on what stage I put our extra vehicle on. My wife's going to be there, and she's going to be my pit crew, and I'll likely have her stage a vehicle here. Let's see here. Once you get to the top, there aren't any restrooms up there. And so, gentlemen, not a big deal, but to you ladies, that might be something to think about as you're coming up through these trees, that if you really need to go, there are trees that you can step off and do your business. So just keep in mind that any long wait times and whatnot up here, you will be waiting the full time. The fans, if you have family coming into town, some great spectator spots. This Hot Gates area is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be so cool to watch people flying through there. Yard sale, if you park over at Ezzy, you'll walk up Esmeralda, and then you see this corner right here. There's actually a big jump and berm right here. So like this section right here would be pretty cool to watch. I think this will be a really high speed, kind of cool area to see. If anybody wants to watch Master Blaster, these top like 6 or 7 berms, man, you'd get some really good sideways videos of people kind of cutting in and doing a really good job. This right here, you're going to see people's souls leaving their body by the time they get down here. So another great photo opportunity. One of the best places to watch for carnage is actually like right at the Esmeralda parking lot. So a little heads up to everybody out there, right as you're coming in to the Esmeralda parking lot, there's kind of a rock roll and then what looks like sort of a little step up, but it boots you. And I have seen countless people overshoot that little rock right out of the parking lot and just wham. There's gonna be some hard hits. Pop Rocks, I'm not so sure is going to be a great photo opportunity. Hot Gates, and then this Bev's Highway, I've got no idea. No idea. Deep Thoughts, it's kind of all just sort of rocky, chunky stuff. I don't know that there's necessarily a good or like the best place to get photos. There's Deep Thoughts a little bit of a tough one to know. Like here's a really good spot. So these stats here, I want to point out a little over 10 miles. 1,800 feet climbing. This assumes starting at the top here. And so when you actually climb from Spokane is at about 900 feet to get from Spokane parking lot to the towers. So keep that in mind with this. And it's a little over, I want to say 2 miles, something like that. So this will probably be closer to 12.5 to 13 miles and about 25 to 2,700 feet of climbing by when it's all said and done. I mean, I hope to see you guys out there. I hope this helps. If you recognize me, that would be like the coolest thing ever. I will be racing Expert 30 to 39, and I've got, I should have said this at the beginning. I've got no affiliation to any of these guys. I just really have been looking forward to doing this. I've had quite a few setbacks in participating in this the last few years, and I'm really excited to jump out here and do this. So anyway, if you found this video useful, if you found it interesting at all, just, I don't know, give it a like. It's a small gesture on your part, but I think it helps me out. And anyway, I hope to see you out there, and I hope your race goes good, and I really hope that this was helpful and made it easier on you.